Welcome to the CBA show, sponsored by the Chelmsford Business Association. On today's episode, we are going to visit the Paul Center for Learning and Recreation. We're so happy that you're here with us today, Donald. Thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you very much. We've been looking forward to doing this with you.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful day here at the Paul Center, and Donald, a few questions for you just about your involvement and what goes on here in the Paul Center. So how long have you been a part of the Paul Center in your position?
Well, I've been here since 2019. My wife, Cindy and I came on in the spring of 2019. And we ran our first ESY program, Extended School Year program that year. But the Paul Center has been in existence since 1968. In those earlier days, there wasn't very much in the way of services for children with special needs. And so a bunch of Chelmsford residents got together and decided that they would provide a nice summer camp experience for children. And it started in someone's backyard, and they would pitch tents, and it was a week-long camping experience, and they would do that repeatedly. And then over time, a group of parents got together and they mortgaged their houses in order to buy this property where the Paul Center for Learning and Recreation exists today. It's a 16-acre campus. We've got 21 cabins that we use as classrooms for our extended school year program, our ESY program. And we've got 3 year-round buildings and basketball court. It's just a great facility. It's got walking trails through the woods in the back. There's a small waterfall. There's a frog pond that we use when we deliver science and nature curriculum. But Cindy and I, we started in 2019, and so we're starting our fifth year.
Fifth year.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, the way that you've just described it, this place is basically just a bundle of fun. And from what I've heard so far too, from having known Donald and Cindy and, having experienced the Paul Center and the events that they put on, the kids that come here, the adults that come here, they remember it for years and years to come. So tell me more about this ESY program that the Paul Center has every year.
Sure. So it's our extended school year program, ESY. It's designed for students receiving special education services from preschool to high school. The purpose of an extended school year program is to help prevent the students from regressing while they're on vacation from the regular school year. And so there's a number of extended school year programs. Districts have their own, and there's other programs. But our campus provides a unique environment given that it's 16 acres. We use our cabins as classrooms, so we're delivering the academic portion of the services along with occupational therapy and physical therapy and speech therapy. But we're on a 16-acre campus that has, an in-ground pool, has basketball courts. We have an adaptive physical education teacher that comes in. And so there's a lot of movement during the day, weather permitting, where our students are outside having games and other outside activities. So our ESY runs for 6 weeks, generally the end of June until the beginning of August. And we run our programs 5 days a week for 6 hours a day of service delivery. We get referrals from school districts across the greater Chelmsford area. We get referrals from Chelmsford, Lowell. We get some referrals from New Hampshire, really from all around. We had about 55 students on campus last year, and we're hoping to service at least 55 this year. Although one of the challenges that we have is hiring staff, and so that, if anything, is going to limit the number of students that we service this year. It's going to be our ability to hire qualified staff to really commit and meet those needs.
Yeah. So what are some examples of staff that you guys are looking for, to let the Chelmsford community know what you guys could really use help with?
Sure. So we're always looking for special educators, certified special educators, paraprofessionals, students that might be in high school that have an interest in working in the field, college-age students who are majoring maybe in special ed or other human service specialties. So some of our students have more challenges behaviorally, so we hire a lot of one-on-one support staff, and so we have really a strong need. Probably our biggest need this year is trying to hire support staff.
Awesome. All right, Donald, so does the Paul Center have other programs aside from ESY? I'm sure they do.
Yes, so our ESY, again, is our summer program. We also have year-long programs that we run on Saturdays and vacation weeks. So basically we try to operate when the school districts can't. And so our Saturday program runs September through June. We have 4 different sessions, fall, winter, midwinter, and a spring session. We not only service children during those Saturday programs, but we also service adults in our transition program. It's also recreationally based, but there's also a life skills curriculum that's built in to that. And along with our Saturday programs, we have our vacation weeks. So we have a December week program, a February vacation, and an April vacation week. Yeah. So the campus is utilized 12 months of the year. And then after our ESY, we have an overnight camp that we run the second or third week in August. And, we have 20 to 30 participants come, they stay overnight, and there's field trips and just a lot of activities. And these are the individuals that come who have graduated from our ESY program. They're no longer eligible. Once you turn 22, you're no longer eligible for extended school year services. So a lot of our graduates continue with the Paul Center in our Saturday programs, but more extensively in our overnight program, where they've built lifelong friends.
That's awesome. What are some examples of some of the field trips you guys have gone on?
So we used to go to Lowell Spinners a lot,
Okay.
so they're not there. So we're looking for other sports events. We've done field trips to Wamisit.
The best place on earth.
Yes.
Bowling.
Down in Carlisle.
Great Brook.
So we've gone down to Great Brook, and there's a lot of cooking that gets done.
Fun.
Yeah, and barbecues, and we have the pool open the entire time. And yeah.
It seems like paradise to me. I feel like we should definitely walk around this campus and see and take a little bit of a look at what's going on around here and everything Donald's talking about. Hi everyone, we're here today at the Paul Center, Camp Paul, and I'm with Donald Sabella. Donald is the Executive Director here at the Paul Center. Welcome.
Thank you, it's great to be here.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming out.
Welcome everybody, and let's look around at the Paul Center and everything it all has to offer, this beautiful paradise.
We run our Saturday programs out of here. This is one of the buildings that we use for our Saturday programs. It's one of our year-round programs. It's also our sponsor wall. We are so dependent on sponsors. If we didn't have sponsors coming on campus to do volunteer work or even donations and grants, we wouldn't be able to provide the services that we do. And so one of the things I'll mention quickly is the Cummings Foundation. So we got a 10-year grant from the Cummings Foundation. It's a $250,000 grant. We're very proud of getting that and having them on board. They're actually going to come out next week for a site visit. Another big sponsor is Milltown. They take care of all of our plumbing and electrical needs. We also have other companies that come in. Ultimate Kronos Group comes in. They come in annually with 80 to 100 volunteers. They've been out for a site visit already this year, and then they'll be coming out and doing a bunch of carpentry work, painting, and some general facilities work.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. So the Paul Center is always looking for more volunteers, more businesses to come in and help out this awesome place and keep it running. So awesome.
It's part of our business plan to have volunteers involved, and we wouldn't be able to service our students without it. We just wouldn't. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Well, we'll keep on walking around campus then. So want to take us around, Donald, to 5 and 4 and 3?
So these are the cabins that we use as classrooms for our extended school year program. So they're seasonal cabins. We've been using the 5 that are here. They'll house 10 to 12 students each with a special ed teacher and an instructional aide. And then, some of the students would need one-to-one for additional support. So we use these cabins for that. To my right is the nurse's cabin.
Go take a look at that.
We have a full-time nurse on campus during our ESY, and then to the right of that is our gazebo. It's kind of the hub of the campus. Our students are out here at the gazebo all the time, doing arts and crafts, music, singing. We're just out here all the time. If you look at cabin 8, it's our sensory cabin. And as we pass by the gazebo, to the left is our Barrett building. It's also a year-round building, and we run our Saturday and vacation week programs out of that. Behind Barrett is our in-ground pool, and it gets used all summer long for all of our programs, our overnight and our ESY.
That looks nice on a day like today, for sure.
It does.
Right.
We've got a covered sandbox to the right of the nurse's cabin. So I'll take you down now and we'll look at the lower campus that has a couple more cabins. The cabins in our lower campus we use for our older ESY students. So we kind of separate students out by age and ability. It's just better to have the younger kids in one area and the older kids in a different area with some integration that happens during each day.
Awesome. All right, let's go take a look.
So we're approaching our lower campus. We've got 3 cabins in this area. We've also got a fire pit. Fire pit was a project that was done by the Eagle Scouts. We're also in this lower campus, we have a frog pond that we deliver our science curriculum material. So here's the fire pit. It was an Eagle Scout project. And then the frog pond is on the other side of the fence. You might notice that there's 2 accessible decks that go out onto the pond. That was another Eagle Scout project that they completed, and so our ambulatory and non-ambulatory students are able to access the frog pond, and we use that on a regular basis. To our left is the 3 cabins that I was telling you about before, we use for our older students.
Awesome. What a beautiful place, and it's so calm and serene back here. A beautiful frog pond. This must be awesome for that summer ESY program.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. So as we pass through the lower campus where we have our older students,
learn and play.
Yeah. We're going to start walking down into the trails, the rest of the 16 acres. There's actually 4 bridges that we have to maintain. There's a brook that comes through, and then further up the trail along the brook this way is the waterfall.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll take a walk up there.
Yeah, we'll take a walk up through the walking trails in the brook, and we'll see some of the bridges and some work that can be done at the Paul Center. As we're walking through here, Donald, would you mind telling us a little bit more about some of the other programs? I know one of my favorite programs from the Paul Center is the holiday party.
Yes. So we've been running the Winter Wonderland event for the past 2 years, but we've had holiday parties since the Paul Center's inception. But when COVID came, we weren't able to collect as a group in a building and have a Christmas party, so we made it outdoors. And last year was actually our third winter
Third
one.
annual.
Yes, third annual, and it's just a great event for our kids and the general public. We invite the general public in. We have Santa Claus that comes. Milltown comes in, purchase individual gifts for all of our students that want to participate in that Christmas event, and it's been just a tremendous success for our guys to be able to participate in that. It's quite the organizational event.
Right? It takes a village, honestly.
It does. We've got, like, the whole campus gets decked out, and it's just a great time for the kids.
I've been involved in it in the past few years too, and Mrs. Claus has come through. We've had elves handing out candy to the kids that are going through on these hay rides. We have a band that usually comes through as well to sing. Sometimes the Chelmsford High School chorus will come. We've had, I think, a jazz group there before, and honestly, it's just such a fun way to get yourself into the Christmas spirit. So this place has a lot going on.
It does, and it's just so rewarding to be a part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Donald. Is there anything else that you'd like to let our community know about this awesome place? I don't think so. Well, honestly, you have to come here to find out more yourself, and let us know if you want to know more about how you can help out at the Paul Center. If you need more information, reach out to us at the CBA. We can get you in contact with Donald, or reach out to the Paul Center. How can people find you, Donald?
So we have a website.
Yes.
It's thepaulcenter.org.
Well, thank you so much. So we appreciate that, Donald. Thank you for being here today with us at the CBA show.
Thank you so much. It's been a blast.